in this type of a tune, more or less the left hand will give you the backing and the kind of powering we're going to do, and the right hand will give you the tune. But sometimes the notes are too low to go on the right hand and we have to find them on the left hand, and we do there. So 1, 2, 3, and there's your first note. Right, let's just scroll down a little bit and see these first 2 complete bars. That pickup bar is called bar 0. So these 2 bars coming up are bars 1 and 2. Now, of course, we've got notes in the treble clef and in the bass clef here. Let's explain the treble clef first of all. In these 2 bars, bars 1 and 2, we're going to find that these notes are all on the right hand side. Let's just play them through. So that's the little tune starting off there. And we have G, G, A, B, A, G, A, B, C, B, A. So we have G on the push. That's button number 6. The way I number my buttons, I come 1 to 5 on this side, carry on 6 to 10 on the other side. And this is a 30 button Anglo Concertina. If you've got a 40 button, you might have extra buttons at the top here and at the top here. If you've only got a 20 button, you can play this tune as well. But this is a 30 button, 15 aside, with an air button here. We shouldn't need to use the air button, but just in case we do, I'll just say that it's part of the playing technique. We'll come to that as and when we need to. So we have G. Now the G is button 6, finger 1, and you play it, and you play it again. So you play it twice. Now the next note is A, and that is on the pull on button 7, so the button beneath. On the chart I'm giving you, let's just go back to that chart momentarily. It says, in general, major chord notes go up to the next note on the button below. So we're wanting to go from G to A, which is the next note in the scale, so it's on the button below. So it's push, push, pull, and then we want to play the next note in the scale, and that's on the same button because this is what we call an other note. Let me explain that. Those notes are notes that are found in the major chord of G major. So G, B, D, G. Okay. At the bottom of this chart it says that major chord notes on the G row are G, B and D on the G row. We're not worrying about the D row. And A, C, E and F sharp are the other notes, notes not found in the major chord. So if I was to play G, B and D together, that's a chord of G major. That's why we say these notes are major chord notes. The notes on the pull, okay, A, C, E and F sharp, and I put that on the little chart here. A, C, E and F sharp are the other notes, the notes on the pull. So this note A is an other note, okay, and it's on the pull. So because of that, it's on the same button, the next note, the B, on the push. So when we did that, we went from a major chord note to the note above. So that was a different button, the button below. But here we're going from an other note to the next note above. That's on the same button, you see? And then we come back to the note A and back to the G. Now you can see 2 daggers in this bar. I put a dagger in if I want you to do this. See, I play the A and the B there with 1 press of the button. So if I want to go A, B, A, I only have to press that button once, and pull, push, pull gives me those 3 notes. And then we return to the note we started on. So in this bar we have crotchet 2 quavers, which we count 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. Like that. Let's look at the notes underneath in the bass clef. These notes are on the left hand side of the instrument, and basically what we're doing here is we're playing a G chord. You can see written above the RH, which obviously stood for right hand, it says G. That's the basic chord, the backing chord of this bar. So if you had a guitarist or a keyboard player playing along, they'd play a G chord while you play this bar. So what we're going to do with the left hand is this. Have a look. I'll do that again. Now because this is a GD, okay, the reeds are a bit bigger and they need a bit more air, they need a bit more of a push. That low G there takes quite a lot of pushing. Okay, and so we're doing basically pa, Now the is this note of G. Now this is bass clef, don't forget, and the notes on the bass clef are not the same as they are on the treble clef. So this is low G on the first line of the bass clef, little finger, and then we have these two notes. We have finger 2, okay, on button 3, that gives us the note G, and finger 1 on button 4 gives us the note B. So we have a G, and we have an octave G and a B. So we haven't got a true 3-note major chord there, but it's absolutely fine, that. So it's your as your pa, then you return to your low G. So pa, and then that funny kind of seagull thing at the end of that stave in the bass clef is a crotchet rest. So the fourth beat is a rest. So if you look up to the right hand, you can see where the bass and the treble go together. Your first two notes, 2 Gs, go together with your low G and your 2 notes, G and B. And then your A on the right hand there, on the pull, is on its own, nothing with it. Then we come to the B in the right hand, and that's when your low G comes in again. And then the A and the G in the right hand in the tune are unaccompanied. So now ideally you'd want pa, but we can't do a pa there because we've got nothing really that goes with that A on the pull. So we just leave a gap there, that's fine. Okay, so that's our pick-up bar and our first complete bar. 1, 2, 3. And notice how that first note in that pick-up bar was on the left-hand side. So it's the tune, but it's on the left-hand side. That's why I put it in that treble clef. Bit confusing, but you'll soon get the idea of it once you get into it.